Contact that. Yeah, the contact, yeah. I mean, contact. The disco frame, the disco guy comes out a lot. Yeah, it's not, that's what. Yeah, that button, but that's I would say it's I had my to the left. I could, but I'm not. Yeah, my girlfriend would always do it for the when you're done with the tour and take for more. Yeah. So, oh yeah, apparently, they raise their livestock.